Today, we're going to just talk about the business. We're going to talk about supply, inventory, the distribution side of everything. Let's get right into this video. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, I'm Cody from Sellig's Pokemon. I'm a licensed reseller of the Pokemon TCG. Now, before we get started, make sure you do me a solid. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. That way you're notified every time I upload new content. Now, let's get right into this video. Now, some of you might be thinking about possibly pursuing a business in Pokemon retail, reselling TCG products, maybe other merchandise as well. And before you get into that, I feel like you really need to actually dig deep and do your research and understand what it's like to actually run a business like this, especially in this time of this day and age. Really, like, it's not easy, and we're gonna kind of go over some of these issues that a business owner like myself are experiencing. So this weekend was the release of the first partner Galar packs. Now, the first partner packs, if you don't already know, is pretty much a promotional countdown till the 25th anniversary set. So every month up until the release of the 25th anniversary set, Pokemon is doing a reprint of the starters from the particular region that they are specializing in, which in this month, for March, is the Galar region. And they're going to count down all the way to Kanto, which is the first 3 original OG starters. So with all that said, these first partner packs actually released yesterday, Friday, on March 5th. And today is Saturday the 6th when I'm filming. I still haven't received word on when I'm receiving my shipment. I don't even know how many I'm actually getting. So that just tells you a little bit of how difficult it is right now just to even get the supply for your inventory. Didn't always experience this in the past. And I feel like a lot of people need to understand that is because everyone thinks that they could get a distribution account and be like, wow, these scalp prices are so high. If I could get these products even cheaper, I can make so much more money than I'm making now. And realistically, that's not the case, because distribution really, they have their limits. Or they have their limited, they're only allowed to supply a certain amount of customers at this point, because they can't even supply the customers that they have at full allocation. And what allocation is a number that they determine is a set percentage pretty much of what they can deliver when they cannot deliver full amount. So let's say you have a big box retailer store account, and then you have a small business account. Comparing the two, the big box guy, he orders 1,000 cases, and the small business, they order 100 cases. Well, what they pretty much do is they determine a number, a set number, based off of how long you've been with the company, and they also go off of the quantity ordered as well. So they take a couple factors into determination when they do decide this number. So typically, if an account has been really old and they're really good customers, they built a strong relationship, they'll typically have a higher allocation number, meaning they'll be getting a higher percentage of their order. In this case, the big box store, if they've been with the distributor for 10 years, chances are they might be getting 30% of one product, while the small box store, the small business owner, let's say me in particular, who's only had maybe a year experience and doesn't have that strong relationship with that company, might only get 10-15%, even though the order, there's such a huge difference in order, and you would think 100 cases is easier to fulfill. That isn't always the case, though, because they have to keep that relationship with that bigger company to keep that revenue going, especially because after the pandemic is done, and after Pokemon does get these new contracts with these other printing presses that they are working on right now, actually, as we speak, and after all that happens, and there is not as much of a shortage in Pokemon, these big box retailers, these bigger stores, people are the ones that are still here in the hobby. They're still selling these products because they've been selling before the pandemic, and they'll sell after. Now, there are a lot of new businesses that have opened up over the last year. Me being as I am one of those new businesses Now, that doesn't mean I'm here, I just wanted to jump on the train to make money because I saw what some prices are going. And that's not the case. I've always been passionate about this hobby before the prices even been inflated. So I was there before the pandemic, and I'm going to be there after the pandemic. So I just want everyone to quite understand how distribution actually works. It's not as simple as getting an account and you have all this product. It doesn't work that way. Like I said, I still am waiting on my Galar first partner packs, and this was not always an issue. You could count on your products arriving early in most cases. That way you can actually send them out. That way customers got them in their mailboxes on time. Now, how can you combat this shortage? So let's say you are ordering 100 cases, and you wanna make all your customers happy. You want to be able to offer all these pre-orders, but it's pretty tough when you order 100 cases and they can only supply you maybe 10 or so, or 6 even in some cases. Shining Fates was really bad. In some cases, most people were getting allocated 3 to 5%, and that's insane. That's just ridiculous. I know I personally only ordered maybe 5 cases, and they didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't get supplied any of the ETBs, which is really a letdown. I would have loved to at least get one of those cases, but um, everyone dealt with that. Everyone with the distributor dealt with that. And that is why right now Walmart and Targets and stuff like big box retailers like that are hit so hard by scalping and collect. It's not even scalpers that are buying everything up. There are collectors there that wait with the scalpers that will buy everything out too. And it comes down to the fact that the supply is just not there with these small shops. It's really sad. It's heartbreaking because these small businesses help keep the community, the hobby thriving. They do. I remember before the pandemic, prices were never like this. In most cases, you wouldn't even pay MSRP on a lot of products like ETBs and stuff. You can get on eBay all day long for $35, which is $5 under MSRP. Now, I'm not saying that products should be under MSRP. That's couldn't be further from the truth. I actually feel like we do need to correct that market a little bit. If after the correction, after the pandemic, and things are starting to get better, I do feel like products shouldn't be under MSRP actually, and that's just because it's really difficult to hit your profit margins selling below MSRP. And I really do feel like a lot of collectors after the pandemic will really respect MSRP much more than they did before. Before, people did whatever they could to not have to pay MSRP. And with paying these insane inflated prices, people are really going to look at things a lot differently when prices do start going down. And that's going to be a good thing for the hobby, and it's going to be a good thing for the businesses as well. Businesses may thrive a little bit better, and it's not greed. It's not, because you have to understand, back before the pandemic, businesses were selling booster boxes for about $90, $95 in some cases. And even at $90, you know how much profit there is in a booster box? There's about a negative $5 at $90. Yeah, it's insane. In some cases, some businesses might make a little bit more because depending on shipping methods and how long you've had an account with your particular distributor, because prices at a distributor actually have a lot to do with the age of your account and the size of your business. So let's say you were spending a total of $10,000, $15,000 a month on inventory, and you've had an account for a long time with them, you actually might have higher discounts. I know my particular distribution company that I work with, they actually offer a higher discount after you've been with them for 6 months if you could show that you've been purchasing a certain amount of inventory every month. They actually have it set up like a tier. So if you spend like $1,500 or less a month, you're in like the lowest tier discount, and then like $1,500 to $5,000, you're in the next tier, which is like an extra 2% off. And then if you're spending like over 10K or something like that, you're in the best discount tier. But then it's an evaluation thing too. Like they evaluate you on a month after like 6 months or so. So you have to be pretty consistent with that as well. So some of those huge stores that really can move a lot of product, they will be getting a much heavier discount. And I know 2, 3, 4% might not sound like a lot, but when you're talking about that much product, it really does add up. So what are you supposed to do when you can't get your product from your distributor? How are you supposed to supply customers? Well, right now, that's what a lot of small businesses are dealing with that sell Pokemon TCG products. They are dealing with the same thing we are dealing with, and that is getting inventory. It's frustrating, and I can guarantee you most other business owners feel the same way, because when you're at one point in the business where you could get whatever you want, and then months later, it's like, we don't got this, we don't got that. I'm sorry, we can't give you this much. It's difficult to deal with. It's a hard pill to swallow. And I know personally, before I even had a distribution account, I still was able to make profit on products because I would go on eBay and I'd be able to find deals, flip things. I would be able to buy sealed cases of things, break them down, and sell things individually, stuff like that, and make profit that way. Nowadays, even on eBay, you can't find deals very often because the people that are on there, they just want to make that money. They don't care about supplying the hobby. They don't care about helping out another business. Like, some of these people, they've had older accounts and they can get a lot more supply than other people. And even though they still want to charge these scalped prices. Now, with that said, I recently was able to negotiate and work out a deal with the seller for a whole case of 144 sleeve blisters of these Guardians Rising, which is, I'm actually pretty excited about. Guardians Rising was a very underrated set. The golden energies alone are worth like $40 a piece, and that's ungraded. I know I pulled the golden energy, graded it, and it came back a 9, and I still sold it for like $140 or something like that. So, like, it's, even if they don't come back perfect, there's still profit to make with those. There's a Rainbow Sylveon, and that's worth $300 to $350 in a PSA 10. It might even be more now that PSA has doubled their prices. PSA 10s might demand a serious premium at this point, but like, you still have to look for deals now, and that's like the only way to get product. There's one other way, and that is, you might want to look into getting multiple distributors. But right now, you're lucky if you can even get one. So I've personally ran down the list multiple times on Pokemon's website. They don't hide this information. You could go on Pokemon's website right now and look through their whole list of distribution companies that work with them. They don't hide nothing. They go from the United States, UK, Canada. They have them all. And you feel free to look at them. If you want to start up a business, I really recommend you giving some of these distributors a call. See what they tell you, and they're gonna tell you one thing. They're gonna say, "Hey, we can't accept customers. We can't even supply quantity to the customers we have right now." And that's the sad truth. I was lucky to get my deal with my distributor before things got really, really bad. But they still weren't good when I first got my got the contract with the distribution company. With that said, I have worked on trying to get more than one distribution company, and I cannot. I've literally ran the list and ran it again. I've sent some companies three applications. Just every month, I'm sending applications out because I need to get inventory. I need to supply my store because I want to get supply out to my customers. And those collectors out there that want this product, they need this product to open up. And I'm doing my best. I really am. With that said, we do have some newer products. And I'm pretty excited to announce that we do have a case of these, which are the Dragon Pult and the Shiny Crobat Vs. Premium collection boxes. Now, these are you could tell these are premium. These are beautiful boxes. They come with a jumbo coin, which is pretty cool. And the shiny promos are absolutely stunning. If you can find these, I suggest picking these up because these are beautiful cards. I hope to open a couple of these up, and I'll probably throw a couple up on my website. Now, one last thing. If you haven't already checked out my 25th anniversary giveaway, I really suggest checking it out. I'll put a link in my description below. It's pretty easy to enter. All you have to do is like that video. Comment, subscribe, and share. So the end of the deadline is March 8th, and then I will be announcing the winner via a random comment generator on my following video. So definitely check that out before the giveaway has ended for your chance to win a free first partner binder. Also, I am still holding a giveaway till March 8th as well on my website for customers only. If you spend $50 or more, you will be automatically entered into a chance to win a Shining Fates pin collection box. So definitely check that out as well. Pretty easy way to enter to get some free product, and you're already out there shopping for Pokemon anyways. So you get some Pokemon, and then you get a chance at winning some more Pokemon. You can't really lose right there. As always, everyone, I really do appreciate the support. And let's make like Charizard and keep this passion burning.